Hello everyone, this is HIMAKANTH. I am studying degree second year in Ignite IAS. Today I am going to discuss about inland waterways transport in a crisp manner so that it can help in our prelims and mains. So today I am going to go with my topic inland water transport. So first we are going to discuss about UPSC relevance. It means how it can come in the exam in prelims and mains. In prelims it can cover in maybe in the geography part or in the economy or in the current affairs or in the environment. And when it comes to mains, here it comes under the geography GS1. It means under world geography or Indian geography under water resources subtopic. It may come under again in the GS3 economic development under infrastructure. Now today in this video I am gonna cover these topics as related. In the prelims I am gonna discuss about ministry and the legislations and the schemes, and in the mains part I am gonna discuss about the prospects, significance, challenges, policies and way forward. So in this slide I am going to show you the diagram of the national waterways in our India. As we have seen, now in operation there are 13 national waterways which are in operation, and the side of this diagram, the links and the lengths were given. As we have seen, the national waterway 1, which was Ganga Bhagirathi Hooghly, which connects Haldia port in West Bengal to Allahabad, UP, which is length of 1620 kilometers. So like this, total there are 111 national waterways in India which are gonna proposed, but now in operation there are only 13. And previously, when in the year 1986 Inland Waterways Authority of India was established, then only one national waterway was there. It was National Waterway 1. Here it was about. So in this slide I am going to discuss about ministry, legislations and schemes. Ministry, it comes under the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. It may ask under the prelims like, it comes under the which ministry, then we can get through Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. And the close and the nearest ministry is the Water Ministry, means Ministry of Jal Shakti. It may confuse us in this manner. So in the legislations, first we are going to discuss about Inland Waterways Authority of India Act 1985. The Act provides for the constitution of authority, which authority means Inland Waterways Authority of India, which was established in the 1986 under this Act. This body is a statutory body. So its headquarters is located at Noida, and it has 5 regional offices which were in Patna, Kolkata, Guwahati, Allahabad and Kochi. Now under this legislation, it primarily undertakes the projects about developing and maintaining IWT infrastructure. It means inland water transport projects for the developing and maintaining the IWT infrastructure on national waterways through grants from Shipping Ministry. The main objective of this legislation is to increase freight traffic for domestic cargo movement, to reduce road congestion and improve inland water transport, which leads to economic development. And the second, Indian Vessels Act of 1957. It is a British India Act. It deals with the survey and registration of inland vessels, removal of obstructions in the navigation and carrier of goods and passengers, and prevention and control of pollution. Here, and recently, this was as considered as the British India Act. Recently, our government has introduced Indian Vessels Bill in 2021, which later became an act. About this, we are going to discuss this act later. Now coming to the Indian Water Transport Policy 2001. This policy talks about the inland water transport being economic, fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. It also advocates larger private sector participation. And the fourth one is National Waterways Act 2016. It was enacted by the Parliament in the year 2016, and this act was established for creating newly 106 national waterways to make them in the operation by 2030. That the waterways to be operational by 2030 are in the list of 13. And this National Waterways Act 2016 was declared 1111 national waterways which are going to be operational soon in India. And in this, now let us come to the schemes. The schemes under the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways which are going to deal with the inland waterway transport. First the scheme is Jalmarg Vikas project. It was launched in year 2018. It was for the technical assistance and invest support of World Bank. Means it was established with the support of Government of India and also the financial and technical assistance from the World Bank. And it aims at capacity augmentation of navigation on National Waterway 1, which connects Ganga, Bhagirathi and Hooghly rivers from Haldia, which was in West Bengal airport, to the Allahabad in UP. Under this, they will give economic boost of 1,000 crore rupees for the next 5 years. It means till 2023. Now the second project is Sagarmala project. It was introduced in 2015. It was under the Ministry of Shipping, Ports and Waterways, which was we are going to discuss. Same ministry. The project was established. It was introduced for making new 6 mega ports in India. The Sagarmala project introduced for the port-led development in the country and for the whole holistic development of ports. And the main objective is to reduce the logistics cost for exports and imports. Now the third scheme is interlinking of rivers program, which was very known to us. In this interlinking of rivers program, we will interlink the two rivers and join it into a one river. It means, for example, if we take Ken and Betwa, these are interlinked for making the fast flow of the river. And now the fourth scheme is development of inland waterways in the northeastern states. This was introduced because it was a central sector scheme. It means its funding will be 100% from the central government and it is mainly for the northeastern states. It means it links the Kolkata and Haldia ports to all the northeastern states. So let us come to the mains part. Now we are going to discuss about the prospects. First one, it is employment potential. According to National Transport Development Policy Committee, for every 1 lakh rupees of investment, every year 33.6 persons will get employment. And the second prospect is environmentally friendly. This national inland waterways will be very environmentally friendly. For example, we can take its least fuel consumption per ton to kilometer, and CO2 emission is 50% of the trucks. It means if a truck releases CO2 emissions of 100 tons, then this inland waterways transport releases CO2 of emissions of only 50. It means it is only 50% will be emitting of CO2. Now the third prospect is fuel and energy efficient. It is very fuel and energy efficient and it is a generic point. For this we have to add a data. It means which gives us in answer writing more marks, so that we can get more marks with this. So for this data I am going to give a data, that is according to integrated National Waterways Transport Grid Study states, for 1 liter of fuel which moves 24 tons through road, it travels only 1 kilometer, and through rail it is 85 kilometers, and through water it is 105 kilometers. It means for the same fuel and for the same weight of 24 tons, waterways is traveling more distance, that is 105 kilometers. It was stated by as integrated national water transport grid study. Now the fourth prospect is linkage to northeastern states. It is launched that the international protocols provide direct linkage of Haldi and Kolkata ports with the landlocked northeastern states. Here are the northeastern states, and here we will have the West Bengal, and here we will have the Kolkata port and Haldia ports, and these ports will be directly connected to all the northeastern states, and with the support of the international protocols. Now the fifth prospect is tourism. One inland waterway transport could be a revenue booster, and it will give us a tourism attraction. And now the fifth one is, which one is very important for us, a developing country like India, zero carbon emission by 2070. It plays a crucial role in realizing PM vision of making India a zero carbon emission country by 2070. Now let us go to the significance of this inland waterways transport. Firstly, it is cost effective. It means the cost will be very cheaper. For this, as it is a generic point, we have to here add the data. Means for the here we take operating cost. It means for US dollars and per ton and per the kilometer. The ship transport takes 0.015 US dollars, and the rail it is 0.02 US dollars, and the truck 0.03 US dollars. Here the transportation cost is very cheap in the ship transport. This data was given by World Bank. And another cost effective data is inland water transport costs 0.3 times less than the railways and 1.2 times less than the road transport. From this data we can see that the inland waterways transport is cost effective than the roadways and the railways, and these two data were highlighted by the World Bank. Now the next significance is, it is environmental benefit. Here we can see the air pollution. If we have taken the air pollution, it is an environmental benefit. How it means, if we compare with the waterways, railways and with the roadways, the pollution is only 0.3, and the roadways is 0.202 and the railways is 0.303. This was highlighted by the Planning Commission of Transport Study. And another environmental benefit is that emission of greenhouse gases. If we compare the waterways, railways and the roadways, the waterways is 0.006 and the roadways is 0.031 and the railways is 0.0010. It was highlighted by Planning Commission of Transport Study. Third significance is social benefit. How it becomes a social benefit? Here we can see the accidents. When we are transporting, when we are traveling, there will be accidents in very significant manner. It means it will be in the roads, and it will be in the railways, and it will be in the waterways also. But comparing with the roadways and the railways, waterways accidents are negligible. This was given by the report of a Planning Commission of the Transport Study. Now the fourth significance is, it is energy efficient. If we take 1 horsepower, which is equal to 746 watts, for this power energy we can carry 150 kgs on road, and on railways you can carry 500 kgs, and on the water we can carry 400 kgs. If we compare this road and this rail and the water, we can carry 400 kgs of goods or transport for the same 1 horsepower. It means we can see here energy is being saved, which is a significant for us. Now negligible land requirement. As it is traveling in the waterways, so we won't require land that much. Just for the ports and for construction of the jetties, we require land. Now coming to the challenges. Here challenges we can subdivide the challenges in the inland waterways transport. Firstly, if we come to the increased siltation. Siltation means if a river flows like this and here the river bed, here the soil will be embanked down the river bed. This increases the siltation, which makes difficult for the vessels or boats to travel. Now the second geographical challenges we can say is reduced water flow. Because of the reduced water flow, also it is also considered as a challenges, because if the water flow is reduced, then the vessels can't move faster. Here the vessels means ships can't move faster. It is another challenge. And another one is geographical constraint. The geographical constraint here is it is having a problem in smooth navigation because of the presence of waterfalls or cataracts in the waterways. For example, we can see in the rivers of Narmada and Tapi, we are having waterfalls and cataracts, which will be a navigation problem for the movement of vessels. And now the other dimension of the challenges is technical challenges. Here we can say is inadequate depth. Because of the increase of the siltation, the depth under the river bed will increase and the vessels can't move. It will be a challenge to us. And the next one is shortage of IWT vessels. It means inland waterways transport vessels, we are having shortage. As reported, as stated by data, we have to here include the data. So for this, I am gonna give a data that which was given by statistics of inland water transport 2019 to 2020. It was stated that the shortage of inland water transport vessels is if we compared in 2017 to 18 from 2018 to 19 and from 2019 to 20. Here there are approximately 12k vessels, and in 2018 to 19 there are 11k vessels approximately, and in the 2019 to 2020 there are 10k vessels. It means as we have seen that the number of vessels are decreasing year by year, which is making of us shortage of vessels. Now the cargo traffic, it is also a technical challenge as cargo traffic. Here we can see it is the cargo traffic, means the containers will be stored in the ports for a long time and it will be a problem. For this, if we quote a data for the cargo traffic on national waterways, the cargo traffic on national waterways, if we consider, if we have taken the graph again, 28 for the 2018 to 2019 and for the year 2019 to 2020, the traffic was 72.31 million tons in the year 2018 to 2019, and in the year 2019 to 2020 it was 73.64. Here the growth of cargo traffic is 2%. It means from the year 2018 to 2019 to 2019 to 2020, the growth percentage is 2%. It means the cargo traffic is increasing year by year. As this report was quoted by Niti Aayog report, it was given by Niti Aayog report. And another one is lack of navigation infrastructure. Because of lack of navigation infrastructure, we are unable to navigate our vessels. So it is becoming difficult for us to send the signals and to receive the signals. And another technical challenge is shortage of MRO facilities. Here MRO facilities means M means maintenance, R means repair, and O means overhaul. Here the shortage of MRO facilities are being addressed. Regulatory challenges. Here the regulatory challenges can be lack of uniformity in legal and administrative issues. It means there is no uniformity all over the India. For this, we have recently introduced a bill National Waterways Bill 2021, and it also became an act. The main objective of this act is to have uniformity regulation for waterways all over the country. And the next challenges is political challenges. It means here the interlinking of rivers is very big issue. It means it cannot be done that much easier, because as it is needed that the state governments must approve about which two rivers containing states should approve for this interlinking project. And the financial challenges here we are discussing is under investment by government. The government is investing than the required, less than the required. It means for every year the government promised us that it will donate $20 billion for the development of the inland waterways. But as we have seen within the data, for the last 4 years there is given fund of only $40 billion, which is not more than the government promised. And the second financial challenge is private sector participation in MRO is dismal. Means here MRO we have already discussed in the previous slide, like maintenance, repair and overhaul. Here the private sector participation is dismal, means it is not up to the mark. And IWT modal share of transportation is less, means in our country the people are using waterways transport less than compared to the other countries. In our country, if we have seen here the pie chart, the inland water transport used by the people percentage is only 2%, and through railways it is 33%, and through roadways it is 54%. It was the report given by Jalmarg Vikas project. And if we take other data, means if we compare this data, this IWT model share with other countries, our country is using only 2%. Means as we have seen here, only 2% people are using this waterways transport. But compared to other countries, China has model share of 8.7%, and USA has model share of 8.3%, and the Europe has model share of 7%, which was also given. This data was also given by the Jalmarg Vikas project. Environmental challenges. Now the first environmental challenge is dredging effect on riverbed. Here dredging means removing the silt from the riverbed. As we have seen here in the diagram, the crane, it removes the silt out of the riverbed and it makes deposition other place. It means it affects the riverbed. It means it affects the water flow of the river. And the second environmental challenge is dredging degrades of the flora and fauna. And the next environmental challenge is loss of aquatic life and birds. It also affects the life of the aquatic animals which are surviving in the waterways, and also the birds which are, for example, we can see the migratory birds also. The other environmental challenge is oil spills and leakages. As we have seen in this diagram, as the vessels move with the use of the oil, so sometimes there will be leakages and there will be spills, and this oil will float on the water and it makes the aquatic life difficult. And other environment challenges, construction of jetties, river ports will necessitate removal of trees or mangroves in the forest area. Here we can see jetties means in this picture. Here these are called jetties, and also now we know about the river ports, and this will make the removal of trees or mangroves forest in the area. At last, way forward. As highlighted by the Rakesh Mohan committee, it recommended for the private investment in the basic infrastructure. It means the private must invest in the infrastructure of the inland water transport. The other one is strengthening PPP initiative. It means public private partnership. In this, the government and the private will collaborate and will invest in this PPP model, and this will also help to make better the inland waterways transport. and the government policies and initiatives implementation. As we have already discussed in the starting slides, the government policies and their recommendations and their measures can help us make the inland waterways transport more effective. And the other one is National Oil Spill Disaster Contingency Plan. It was introduced in the year 2015 by the Ministry of Defense. It means it will address the issues related to the oil spills in the waterways because of as there was increase in the oil spills in the waterways. And the other one to address is preparation of maritime Indian vision document for 2030. This identifies over 150 issues and 10 themes which covers all facets of Indian maritime sector. And the last measure is streamlined governance of inland waterways, as this was recommended by Niti Aayog. So now we are going to discuss about the previous year question which was asked in the year 2016 under GS1 Geography. Here the question is enumerate the problems and the prospects of inland waterways transport in India. Here the keywords here are highlighted are the problems and the prospects. It means we have to give the introduction by quoting a data, and next we have to keep the side heading as the problems of inland water transport as we have already discussed in the previous slides, and the next heading is the prospects of the inland water transport which are gonna help in the future. Here we have to quote data for the problems and the prospects, and also we have to draw the map. As we have already seen in the previous slide, the national waterways are highlighted in the map, and we also have to draw the graphs as we have already discussed in the previous slides. And here we are also asked to write about the measures should be taken. It means the measures to address these problems of the inland water transport. We have to discuss about the measures, and at last we have to highlight the way forward. It means how it gonna help our country to be have economic growth and development in the near future. This information will be useful for your answer writing and is also in the notes making session, so that with the points I have discussed you can grade more marks in the mains answer writing. Thank you.